you hardcores out there, how are you doing? And hello all you haters out there, how are you doing? Are you alright? Keep watching. I'll make you a fan of Porky's Corner yet. Right, I'm going to go straight into business, no messing about. Right, I want to comment on the David Haye situation working with Eddie Hearn. I want to talk about that basically. People have been saying lately in the comments section that I'm becoming a bit of a company man. How can I be a company man when I own it? I own this place. Now, the good thing is, whatever I say on this channel's up to me. My channel, I'm going to do what I want with it. Rico's on board with me. He backs me to hilt. So does Stacey Cross, who does all uploading for me. So does Paul and Emma at K Official. They all back me, and I consult with them. But when it comes down to it, it's my decision at end. Right? What I put out on here. If I want to hammer people or praise people, it's up to me. So people complaining in comment section that, well, you're not saying this, you're not saying that, you're not swearing no more, you've lost your edge, or it's not like lads banter no more. Come on, right? You know what it is, don't we? It's just a boxing media channel, and I give my opinion. That's all it is. Now, I'm not asking for people to follow me. It don't make a difference whether you follow me or not. The people who want to watch this, the hardcore fans and people in boxing, that's who's going to watch this. But I've actually had emails of people telling me that I should hammer Peter Fury and Hughie Fury for the performance at the weekend. Why? I don't know, but we'll get up to Hughie in a bit. But and I'm going to give you a better opinion now that there's some time has passed on, and that I've actually spoke to Peter, his dad, since then. I did speak to him at the airport when we got off the plane. I was sat behind him, but we have had a better chat, and it's only what I said on the weekend after the fight. So it's just my opinion. People need to get over it. It's an opinion. It's the light ears. Everybody's got them, haven't they? You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get back to the David Haye situation. He's working with Eddie Hearn. Why is he working with Eddie Hearn? I'll tell you why he's working with Eddie Hearn, because it's pound notes, isn't it? David Haye is a pay-per-view specialist. Alright, a pay-per-view specialist. He was in pay-per-view fights when he fought as a cruiserweight and a heavyweight. But have you ever seen David Haye give value for money? No. You've not seen him give value for money. Did he give value for money when he fought that big 7'2" guy? That was a circus act, wasn't it? What was that all about? Pay-per-view. What about with John Ruiz? I think that was pay-per-view, wasn't it? Then you've got Vladimir Klitschko when he broke his toe. What was that all about? Then he pulled out the 2 Tyson Fury pay-per-view fights. And then, you know, he got injured before the first Bellew fight. Then after, the one where he was sat in Eddie Hearn's office in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, he knew he needed that fight. And then he gives all you people the same old crap. Stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. It's all designed to disarm you. He's a salesman, right? Every time he picks somebody to win, they lose, right? So don't buy into it. I'm not buying into it. But getting on to the David Haye situation. Dillian White fights Chisora, doesn't he? Chisora's brought David Haye in. Why has he brought him in? Why? He's brought him in to help get the fight over the line. But probably because the management team behind Chisora before David got there, probably they wanted more money. I don't know. I don't know the financials. I like Steve Goodwin, so I can't talk about Steve's business. I'm not a David Haye fan. I think he messed Tyson Fury about twice, and I think he just sticks it to fans like Eddie Hearn. They're not bothered about the fans, they're bothered about lining the pockets. David Haye's the worst businessman in the world. The man's had 20 million and done it in. Now, Dillian White's on his 3rd pay-per-view. I have to be careful what I say about Dillian White, because his people rung Dennis up and they wanted my address. Now, I don't think they wanted to come round for for tea and cucumber sandwiches, did you? They probably wanted to come round and stick it on me. They said I got personal. How did I get personal? How was Dillian Whyte against Parker, number 8 versus number 9 box rec, a pay-per-view? It's my opinion. So I'm going to come to that now. Dillian Whyte's on his 3rd pay-per-view against Chisora. He's never fought for a European title or a world title. Let me just repeat that again. Dillian Whyte's fighting Chisora in his 3rd pay-per-view fight, £20 a pop, on top of your subscription. But he's never fought in a European title fight. Why's that? I'm not saying he ain't good enough, because he's stopped everybody who's got in. He's fought everybody who's got in his path and beat him, hasn't he? Apart from the Joshua loss. He's answered every question he's had to answer to. If there's a problem with this video, Mark Tibbs will tell me. I will send this to Mark Tibbs. I've got his number on WhatsApp, and I ain't got a problem with her team. Dillian, I've heard, had a problem with me saying that Parker weren't pay-per-view. I know that because he had a little, I'm not saying he had a pop, but he did, you know, he rung up Coogan and asked him, Coogan, why are you saying it's not pay-per-view? Coogan did say it were in his opinion. Now Coogan's usually neutral, isn't it? So it's no different to what I said it, but I said it a bit more, I was a bit more volatile than Coogan. He just said he didn't think it was pay-per-view. But Eddie Hearn said it weren't pay-per-view, but who gives a flying hoot? Look, in my opinion, Chisora against Whyte isn't a pay-per-view. Not because of Dillian Whyte, because he's the number 1 ranked guy and he already were. The reason it's not a pay-per-view is this. This time last year, or was it earlier on this year, Chisora lost against Caballel. Caballel, 18-0, 13 knockouts, age 26. The bogeyman of European boxing. He's the Luis Ortiz of European boxing. Why isn't Derek Chisora screaming for a rematch with Caballel? Hughie Fury will fight Caballel, let me tell you. Caballel's people are watching. Get in touch with Peter Fury. They'll take that fight in a heartbeat for a European title. Why will they? Because it's an hard fight and Hughie will travel. They'll take that fight. Get in touch. Nobody else wants to fight Caballel, do they? But Eddie Hearn, what he's done, he's manipulated and he's moved people into position. He's got you all thinking that Chisora Whyte's a great fight, the rematch that is, and it probably is a good fight, but I think Dillian Whyte wins every single round up to about round 8, and I think he stops him then. Derek Chisora's shot to bits. 35-year-old next. He's had 8 defeats. He's gone. What's he gone here? I've got it wrote down here somewhere, haven't I? Chisora's last big win with Takam. He lost every second of every round. He got a lucky punch in. He's gone 9-4 in 4 years. So you go 9-4 in 4 years, and then at back in your career you get a pay-per-view. Why is that? I don't agree with that. I don't think Derek Chisora deserves a pay-per-view. If he deserves a pay-per-view, he's probably getting about 35%. He doesn't deserve a 50-50, but he's a trier, and I've got a soft spot for him. But he's not a pay-per-view fighter. Dillian Whyte, is he a pay-per-view fighter? On his achievements, no he isn't. But on his profile, yes, he's got a good profile, and he's fought the right people, and he's done fantastic. He's the most improved heavyweight in the last 4 years, I think, in the last 3 or 4 years. Since he lost to Joshua, he's the most improved heavyweight, but Dillian's never won anything above a British title. So is he a pay-per-view fighter? On achievements, I'd say no. But is Dave Allen a Saturday night regular Sky chief support fighter? Because isn't Dave Allen chief support on the Bellevue fight? I might be wrong. Is Dave Allen chief support? Well, he's not won a central area. So on achievements, no. But has he got the profile? Yeah, David's got the profile. You've got to get the right balance. You can't be out there selling yourself on social media without the achievements. You've got to get them both right. Joshua's got them both right, hasn't he? But going through this here, what is the Sky criteria for pay-per-view? What is it? Well, we keep hearing that so-and-so fights pay-per-view, everything's pay-per-view, but they're not telling us the criteria. Now I'm going on an email that I saw some years ago when Froch Boutte were knocked back for pay-per-view. When that were knocked back for pay-per-view, right, the criteria was a little bit better than that, and that were a world title with £2 for pound guys. When Glenn Johnson fought for Roch, that wasn't pay-per-view, but Andre Ward wasn't even pay-per-view. So how can these fights be pay-per-view? Chisora and Dillian Whyte are European level and a British level guy, but yet it's a pay-per-view. Nobody's having a go at them. Nobody's trying to say fighters shouldn't earn. I want all fighters to get paid millions and millions. I'm a fighter's fighter. I want the best for the fighters. Half the time I used to do battle with Dennis when I worked there. I was there over 3 years. I know how this game works. People want to criticise on here, get on with it. I know how it works. I know every little trick in the book. But I was always one of them that used to stick up for the fighters. If you don't believe me, go and ask Dennis Hobson, go and ask Liam Cameron, go and ask Michelle Taylor who works in Dennis's office, his PA. Go ask Chris Smedley, any of them. I stick up for the fighter. And I've got a soft spot for Dillian Whyte and Chisora. And I love Mark Tibbs to bits. Mark Tibbs is Dillian's trainer. But this fight, it doesn't deserve to be pay-per-view. But after that first fight, yes. If it's as good as that fight, yes. But it's only, is it going to be? I mean, how many rematches as good as first one? I personally think Chisora gets knocked out. And who's to say he don't get knocked out early? He's got nothing left in the tank. I've just spoke to you about that, and basically about Chisora going 9-4 in his last 4 years. 4 years? 4 years, 9-4. Oh my God! And he's pay-per-view. Come on. 1-9, lost 4 in 4 years, 1 month. 49 months. That's craziness. Now what happened to Dillian Whyte against Ortiz? Eddie Hearn sold us on that, didn't he? Well, everything I told you in a video about 5 weeks ago were right, wasn't it? They're not going to go near Luis Ortiz. Not one little bit will they go near him. So, look, Eddie's what he's going to do, he's going to sell you something that does numbers. You even heard him say that Whyte Ortiz doesn't do the numbers and it hasn't got the same narrative as a Whyte Chisora rematch. Now, narrative, what does that mean? That means script. Is boxing going like a WWE script? I don't know, I'm getting worried at the moment, but I've covered it about the Dillian Whyte phone call to Dennis, or one of Dillian Whyte's people, probably his brother or one of them. If they want to get in touch with me, they can ring me. But you don't have to ring. If you ring me on a withheld number, everybody's got my number. You ring me on a withheld number, I will hang up. If you want to ring me on a number, just send me a text message, go and buy a chip from shop, put a £5 credit on it, send me a message on a pay-as-you-go phone, and I'll answer your call. Send me a message, I'll ring you back, but I don't answer withheld numbers, because why should you have your number hidden and mine isn't? And I'll speak to you if you've got a problem, Dillian, or get Mark Tibbs to ring me. I've got a lot of respect for Mark Tibbs, mega respect for his dad. Everybody knows I respect his dad, because I've served over 10 years in jail myself, and Mark Tibbs' dad got a 10-year sentence for just one thing. He never grassed anybody, he did his time. And I know that the struggle that they've probably had. Mark's had to go visit his dad in prison, you know, for a long time when he was a kid. You know, I think his dad did nearly 7 years off it. That's a long time for kids to be visiting the parents, the dad in jail. So I like Mark Tibbs, right, and I would never go against Mark Tibbs on anything. But on this opinion, I don't think Chisora against Dillian's pay-per-view. I think Dillian against Joshua is. That's pay-per-view. I think Dillian against Hughie Fury maybe could be pay-per-view if Hughie gets a couple of wins. And I think Dillian against Hughie's a good fight. Dillian against Bellew is a pay-per-view. But Chisora's had 8 losses. People with 8 losses cannot be pay-per-view. It's unheard of. Sky haven't got one person with 8 losses who's done pay-per-view. I don't even think Manny Pacquiao has been on pay-per-view with 8 losses. Has he got 7 or 8? It's craziness. But anyway, Chisora's shot to bits. He's shot to bits in my opinion, and he's going to get hurt if he keeps carrying on like this. He's got no head movement. Simple things about boxing: you throw a punch, head movement. You move your head like that. Moving target. He don't move his head. Now, Davey Day's coming out with stuff like, it's the same old stuff, innit? You know, Derek's doing different things in the gym. things he's never done before. He's stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. You know, he's eating the right things. He's in bed at night at 9 o'clock. It's the same old script from Davy Day. Why though? Because he's his manager. He's going to get a cut out of what? 2, 3 million, 4 million quid? He'll get a cut of that. What he gets, I don't know. That's whatever deal they've got worked out. But Davy Day will be on a good slice at pie, and he don't have to do a training camp, and he don't have to get in ring. You know what? To say they were knocking lumps at each other in Germany when he had a bottle in his hand. Now he's managing him. That just shows you what boxing is. 1 minute you can be friends, next minute you're not. My opinion, innit? I mean, look at me and Dennis. We fell out. I had a meal, I had an evening with him overnight, set the camera up. I could go back to Dennis like that if I want, but I never go back. I always move forward. Always remember that, young kids. If you're starting out and you're doing anything, move forward. Alright? As regards for people criticising them videos I did at the weekend, yeah, one of them I put out that were late. It were a couple of days late, and I asked them to put it out, and they said, oh, it's late. I wasn't bothered. I just wanted to see what comments come in. I wanted to see who says what, because all these people, they're all faceless people, aren't you, on YouTube. Put your pictures up, let's have a look at yours. Send me an email, porkycorner@mail.com, and send me a picture of what you look like. Alright? That's what I want to see, what you look like. But getting right, yeah, we said all that about David, aren't we, basically? Right, Don Charles. I used to like Don Charles, but isn't it amazing how people, they soon change the tune, don't they, when there's a pay-per-view down the line. Now Don Charles, he says he looks after his fighters and protects them. You know, he stopped Derek against Tyson Fury, fair enough, he got a good hiding. But come on, let's have it right. Derek Chisora will get smashed to bits off Dillian White. Smashed to pieces. If people think I'm wrong, go have a look what Takam did to him. He grew old after 1 round against Takam, and he got a lucky punching against him. But Don Charles, I don't call him Don Charles now, I call him Don Charles, aka Pimp Daddy, because that's what it is, isn't it? Pimping his fighter out. He's shot to pieces, Don Charles. Derek Chisora, shot to bits. It just makes me angry, and I think fans are having the mickey took out of them. The fans are having the mickey took out of them. And you notice how I'm not swearing at the moment. I'm not swearing, not because the sponsors are telling me not to swear. I just took some good advice from my pal Frank Smith and other people, and they just said don't swear because kids watch it. You know, and K Official's daughter Lily, she watches it, and I don't want to swear because she's only a young girl. So, and I think it's wrong if you swear, it doesn't show class, and I'm trying to have a bit more class. I'm trying to do things a bit more diplomatic and polish myself up for my own agenda, not because I want to get things or get money or out like that. Start having a go at me when this channel is registered for ads, because that'll tell you I'm skint, but I won't register it for ads. I want you to see the video straight away. I don't want you to sit through 30 seconds like I've just had to do, waiting for Knight Rider theme tune on YouTube. I just had to wait 30 seconds for it. I don't want to do that. I want you to see it straight away. Time is precious. No. I think we've covered most of that on the Chisora. Chisora's shot to bits. AKA Don Charles, AKA Pimp Daddy, AKA Don Charles. Listen, does Eddie Hearn give a crap about Chisora? No. Is he bothered about Dillian White? No. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? People go on about Eddie Hearn. Let me tell you this, right? I spoke to Pulev's people in Bulgaria. I spoke to Pulev's team at the weigh-in, and I can assure you that Eddie Hearn, he's going to do his utmost to fight Pulev next year. It might even be April, but if it's in April, it's definitely after then, because they're not going to give the belt up, which I agree with, and you've got to fight your mandatories, but they're going to do everything in their power to swerve Wilder. So that's about it really, but I think Dillian White is world class. I think Chisora is now central area stroke English level. He is that shot. I think Dave Allen gives Chisora an hard night's work. He's younger, he's 10 years younger and he's fresher, 9 years younger and he's fresher. There's no miles on the clock. When you're out there putting yourself through a 10-week camp and you're fighting 12 round fights, hard fights, like I say, he don't move his head. You're putting mileage on clock. It's like buying a car with 120,000 mile on clock. First off, you're on your second head gasket. You think, oh, I'll get it done because, you know, I've paid all this money for it. But then at the back of your mind, you're thinking, what next? Then gearbox goes on it, doesn't it? And you feel like you're emotionally involved. And that's how maybe Don Charles is with Derek Chisora. He's been with him more or less from the beginning, hasn't he, on and off. He's emotionally involved, but they never had a pay-per-view. Maybe Don Charles thinks he deserves that pay-per-view. But I'm telling you now, Dillian White will give Derek Chisora a good hiding. Don't go on the last fight. The last fight was 2 years ago. Since then, Chisora's been beat, hasn't he? He's been beat since then by Caballel. He showed nothing in that fight. He showed nothing in the Takum fight, but he got a lucky punching late on. But he's shot to bits. It's his swan song. And if he gets this fight and he beats Dillian White, he'll get AJ, he'll get another swan song. Derek Chisora once said to me, it's not about belts, it's about money. You can't go on holiday with belts when you're 65, can you? So I agree with Derek on that, but Derek, give it up, you're going to get hurt. Now, that's it about that now. We'll go straight in with Eddie Hearn now. Eddie Hearn talking about Callum Smith against Triple G. I find this funny really because my good friend Carl Froch, he wanted the Triple G fight, but Eddie Hearn couldn't get Triple G to move up to £168, could he? £8. But on the night they'd have been the same weight. Triple G walks around at £172, same as Froch. So they'd have been the same weight on night, but Triple G didn't want it, did he? Let me tell you something about Gary Golovkin, kind of Triple G. His CV is one of the poorest I've ever seen in my life. What has he beat? 5 world champions? That's it. You know them defences? Is it 4 or 5? Shocking. Nowhere near as good as Hopkins's. Shocking, shocking, shocking. But if he fights Callum Smith, he's moved up to 168. That means they're the B-side, doesn't it? Callum's got the belt, the ring belt. He's got the WBA belt. They're talking Anfield. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen. Callum doesn't sell a ticket, does he? People might come to watch Triple G, but they're not coming to watch Callum, are they? Callum Smith. What can I say about Callum Smith? He's had an easy route to where he's been. He's been protected. He's a ring champion, but who's he beat? Ring Magazine belt he's got and the WBA belt. He's beat a shot George Roves who were injured, and he beat Rocky Fielding who were a novice at the time. That's it. Now he's getting in fights with Triple G at Anfield. 50,000 potential sellout. Come on. He's been protected, but his manager and his trainer Joe Gallagher has done a good job for it with him. But I think he's still got that bit of an amateur style to him. But Triple G's got mileage on clock, so who knows who's going to beat him. But I believe Carl Froch when he told me that he beat Triple G now. I believe Carl. And I think Triple G, they're getting him at the right time. But is he 37-year-old? What's Callum, 27? You've got 10 years on him. Come on, you've just seen Joshua against Povetkin. 10-year difference between fighters is a lot. You go have a fight with a guy 69 when you're 59. 59-year-old's going to win all day, innit? But they'll probably have to drink Riggins at corner though, if it's Callum against Triple G. I don't think it sells out. I don't know, with right card, who knows? They've got the platform, haven't they, with Sky. But if it happens 168, has Callum got a pay-per-view Sky Stadium fight by default? Yes, he has got it by default, but good luck to him, Callum Smith, good luck to him. His best win's Groves. Froch knocked him out twice. Badou Jack beat him up, didn't he, as well? And dropped him. So, why is and other promoters talking Manny Pacquiao? Jesus, Manny Pacquiao's 40-odd-year-old, he's shot to smithereens. Why are they even talking about him against Amir Khan? Amir needs to get a move on, doesn't he? But Manny Pacquiao, come on. If Manny Pacquiao comes over to England, he'll be a novelty act, won't it? Proper novelty act. People will be able to say, I saw Manny Pacquiao fight. We're not worthy. When Mike Tyson came over to fight Julius Francis, do you remember when he fought him at Scotland? People just went because it was Mike Tyson, wasn't it? It was like Ali. When at the end of his career, people weren't bothered about who he fought. They just wanted to see Ali, didn't they? That's why he went on a world tour. But it is what it is, isn't it? Which brings me to Mr. Bean. We know who Mr Bean is, don't we? Adam Smith, aka Mr Bean, aka went to school at Eton with George Osborne, David Cameron and Boris Johnson. Mr Bean, Adam Smith, found out off a good source in Bulgaria, Adam, that you watch this channel. So Adam, you are Mr Bean, alright? Go wash your mini. But Hughie Fury verdict, fans comment, spoke to Peter Fury. I spoke to Peter and I'm just going to say what I said the other night. Hughie Fury took a bad cut early on in the fight. Your game plan goes out the window. You all saw the photograph on my channel. I want to cover pictures of me and the referee, Earl Brown. Earl, by the book, Brown. He don't have any favourites. He went up to Peter at end of round 3 and he said, this cut he's going to get stopped in. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to pull him out. It's a bad cut, Peter. Game plan went out at window. The game plan was out the window. Hughie's a slickster, and he goes on back foot and he picks your pocket. He couldn't do his job. Yeah, he had a bad night at the office, but one judge gave him 5 rounds. I gave him 4 rounds. Peter said to me, I gave him 4 rounds, Russ. Now he had one eye. He's 24-year-old, fighting away from home, and he won 4 rounds. The other guy won 8 rounds. But if Hughie won 2 more rounds, it's a draw. So was it that bad a performance? I think it was a bad performance for Hughie. He had a bad night at the office, but don't forget, there's a mental aspect about getting cut. I'm not going to sit here and blow bubbles up Peter's backside, or Hughie. We all know what happened, don't we? It was a bad performance. But they're pals of mine. I'm not going to hammer them on here. Alright, I'm not going to hammer them. People emailing me, wanting me to hammer them. What are you trying to do? Cause rifts in the camp? It was a bad performance, right? Get over it. I think all the criticism that they got, they didn't warrant that. But it's in one ear and out other with Peter. He won't listen to that. I don't even listen to it now. Listen, I'm moving forward. Like I said, you're all going to go into meltdown at New Year, all those who don't like the channel. But for those who do like it, thank you very much, Daniel Goodwin and your pals. Nice to see you in Bulgaria. And you're welcome to get in touch with me anytime you want, Daniel. And you come up to Doncaster and I'll take you on a night out on me. How's about that? Very nice to see you, and it was nice to be asked to do selfies with you. I think it's all a bit cringeworthy, that, you know, when people ask me for stuff like that, or somebody asked me, would I sign a Porky hoodie the other night, and I said yeah, but I think it's a little bit embarrassing. I don't want to be famous, I just want to give an opinion. Am I looking to get a job in boxing media? I don't know, maybe not, but doors are opening for me, so I've decided to try a different approach. But you never know, I might go back to raging one night. But boxing's very easy to fall out with people, isn't it? But shout out to Peter McDonough. Good luck in your next fight, Peter. But in my own honest opinion, I think it's an hard fight. But well done for carrying on in boxing. But it's an hard sport. And you're 41 now, Peter, so good luck to you. Anfield, it's Adam Smith, Mr Bean, Hughie verdict, Johnny Nelson, oh my god, Johnny Nelson. What can we say about Johnny Nelson? Johnny Nelson has just put a blog out on Sky Sports media website. They've wheeled him out saying that Bellew is technically better than Usyk. Now that fight is next week. Now why does he always come out with a comment like that the weekend before the fight? They wheeled him out to say he can see how McGregor beats Mayweather, Kell Brooks stops Golovkin, and Takam is like George Foreman and Holyfield rolled into one. This were all before, the week before big fights.